and bad news. And I've always hated that saying, because think about it. Whenever you hear that statement, it always ends up being bad news, especially from the doc. Good news and bad news, Mr. Patient. The bad news is your heart's bad. The good news is you still have 6 months to live. No, that is not good news. It's all bad news. Anyways, I have something similar for you today, but far less dramatic. Good news first, especially for home buyers. Housing inventory is on the rise, and I personally believe that we've seen the very tippy top of this blistering hot real estate market, and we're just now starting to cool. Housing inventories at the highest levels they've been all year. True, inventory remains historically low, but the tide is changing, as you can tell from this really cool Trulia graph. Green represents starter homes, pink trade-up homes, orange premium, and blue is all homes. Again, inventory numbers are still low nationwide, but improving. Trulia did a really good job with their research, and here's another interesting graph. Oddly enough, you can see inventory is still below 2017 levels, but again, improving. This is good news for the first-time and trade-up buyer. Again, this is nationwide. Could be different in your local area. If you have any questions about your specific area, just talk to the person that shared this with you on social or tagged you in the post below. They will know the stats in your local area. Case in point, some of the largest gains in inventory were in San Jose, California. They added 66% more listings since the third quarter of last year. Salt Lake City added 45%, and Seattle, our hometown, added 43%. So, more inventory, cooling prices, it's all awesome, right? Well, it is, but this is where it gets tricky and where many home buyers on the fence may want to jump off right now. Let me explain. More inventory and cooler prices should make housing more affordable, right? Well, typically yes, but we have a whole nother factor way over here that hasn't been a factor since 2009, rising interest rates. And due to this, believe it or not, housing affordability has and is worsening. Take a look. Affordability continues to worsen. Folks buying starter homes are using about 25% of their income on a home right now, and that's up from 22% in 2017. And here's a weird stat for you. People buying a starter home in San Jose would have to use 109% of their income just to buy a starter home, which is obviously not possible. Oakland, you'd have to use 84% of your income, and Seattle, again, our hometown, 58%. And we know this firsthand living in Seattle, and we've talked about this for some time. All of these factors are pushing out Seattle natives as they can't afford to live in the community that they grew up in and are even working in. It's a crazy dynamic, huh? So yes, inventory is increasing and home prices are cooling, but affordability is worsening for the reasons we just talked about. If you're a lender or a realtor, tag a client or several clients for that matter that need to hear this and start the conversation. This is an interesting dynamic and should be discussed. Now, this doesn't mean that you should or shouldn't buy or sell a home right now. It just means you should discuss this with your local realtor or lender. And tag them in the chat log below, and feel free to share your local stats in the chat log as well. See you guys next week.